So recently, a couple months ago, I took a walk and basically filmed myself talking to sort of be aware of my current situation, what I want from life, what I think about my studies and everything, because I had sort of I had sort of realized that I'd severely messed them up, and I sort of needed to confront my parents about it, because so far I had been sort of keeping quiet about it. And then as I was talking about it, I was sort of thinking in my mind, there was sort of a point where I realized I could make this sort of a thing on social media where people would be honest with their parents about things. Shut the heck up. You see that? I'm like right next to a ferry portal. There's one coming over there in the distance, there's another one over there, there was one that just left right there. But so like my thought was I could make this a sort of movement in some sort of way where people are honest with their parents and friends about what they really want, about things they've been hiding, with the hashtag HonestAugust. And so here is basically the rundown of how opening up to my parents felt and what my takeaways are. Hello my friends, and welcome to SeThi, the show where you seriously think that this series needs more episodes. 6 episodes in 2 years, that's almost Game of Thrones level pace at this point. First comes the dreadful anticipation, mainly because the scope and scale of the hole you've dug yourself into by sort of lying and keeping it a secret is sort of unknown. You don't know how big this whole situation is actually. That's why I think I would recommend a little bit of distance between the events where you messed up or you want to keep quiet and actually opening up about them. It also sort of helps with this retrospective sort of lens, that because mainly for this first confrontation you want to confront yourself with the truth. You sort of want to be honest with yourself about what you've done. A little recommendation: do it in the way you feel most comfortable expressing yourself in. I took to creative writing because the potential readers wouldn't know anything about my life. Why do we open up to strangers in such a different way than we do to like our friends and family? That feels kind of strange. Another reason I took to creative writing was because I was sort of able to use sort of these creative writing techniques, like, I don't know, humor, but also like tangents that aren't connected to the story necessarily, but are connected to sort of the emotional narrative. And then also one advantage of sort of writing instead of speaking is I was able to formulate my sentences better and get my points across better in a more sufficient manner. This is what I meant with boat's terminal, by the way. Yeah. After the confrontation with yourself, your sort of personal reflection / introspection, comes the guilty clarity, because now you sort of understand what you've done. And I think partly what I should say here is it is supposed to feel kind of bad, because especially if you've been sort of hiding a truth from people, then at this guilty clarity, yes, you should feel guilty, but also now you know how you got to this point in the first place. This should, in theory, give you the confidence to confide the truth in others, because now you can answer like questions that they might have about why you behaved in a certain way. A little tip: if you don't feel comfortable being there while the others view your piece, I sent my creative writing via email to my parents and let them read it on their own time. partially because my dad was like on a business trip or something. Speaking of questions though, I'm sure now that you've sort of reflected on what your situation looks like and sort of opens up, if you have questions to anyone, whether they're like big severe questions or just some small things that are gonna bug you if you don't ask them, just write them down and then sort of ask them later once a conversation does strike up about sort of this truth that you've shared. Like, for instance, what does this truth tell you about you? What will others think of you now? How can you learn from it? Are there things I want to repair / need to repair? What and how will I need to do to sort of repair whatever the situation might have broken? And of course, the last step in all of this, talk to people in your life about your situation. If you won't take it from me, take it from Boy in a Band and Jaden Animations from their song Empty. Honestly, I wish I would have taken that advice as soon as I realized that I was stuck when I got stuck. It would have been such an easy fix then. I know this video wasn't your classic SeThi style video, but I sort of had to just gather my thoughts together so that I could help others with advice that are going through a similar thing, because I don't want you falling into the same traps that I fell into. If you guys found this video helpful, please leave a like, and if you think someone in your life needs to see this video and hear this advice, then share it with them. Hopefully this can be helpful to them as well. If this video and I have somehow inspired you to open up about some of your truths to family and friends or whatever, I think we should make this a thing where we share these experiences, like not the actual truths, but how it felt and the takeaways and whatnot. We can sort of share the experiences with the hashtag #HonestAugust. And you can do that either in the comments section down below or on Twitter, where you can, again, hashtag #HonestAugust and at me at Renchelf or YT, Renchelf YT, all one word. In case you want to see what a seriously thinking video actually looks like, then you can subscribe to my channel and wait for the next one whenever I release it, hopefully soon. Thank you so much for your attention and time, and I'll see you when I upload next. Bye. I just realized, with lying, basically this beautiful world you live in, by lying you make it fall apart. Topical t-shirt for the win!